Hey, what's up? Welcome to DGenEd. That's degenerative education, meaning none of this is financial advice. Just me having fun looking at charts like the chart behind me, which is of Security Matters, ticker symbol SMX. And so I wanted to follow up on this chart because, I just think it's really cool. The last time I did formally go over this ticker was, I believe, on April 16th. And it has been requested either during the Discord or during live streams. And I just think the chart's really neat, so I wanted to go over it. And I should note that I am recording this on Monday, June 3rd, after the market has closed, and SMX closed at a price of 15.91 cents, being down over 7% on the day and continuing lower, almost 4% down in the after hours, closing the after hour session at a price of 15.31. So, I wanted to go over that because of this uptrend. I just think it's super cool. And so most of the analysis that I have done on the chart here was back when I did that last video in April. I believe there was a reverse split, and so I guess I should note that the 16th was right, this candle here. So that's when I did put out that last video. And I do believe there was a reverse split, but I don't see it on the chart here. It's not indicated. So, I may be wrong about that. But yeah, I mean, this uptrend here, I drew it based on these two pivot lows, one being the low hit on March 13th, the other being the low hit on March 28th. And, just kind of like magically, we have been hanging out above that level. Since we broke above it on May 16th, we haven't gotten any closes below it. So I just think that's really, really cool. Also, there is this downtrend here, also based on earlier pivot highs. And so one of those is the high from March 6th, and the other, the high from March 21st. And so it does look like that was acting as some notable resistance over here before we broke out above that level on May 16th. And then we have been riding that uptrend. So I just think that's super cool. And yeah, so I guess like I would not want to be seeing lower closes, I guess, lower than this uptrend. I would want to see this trend being held. And some things that do look fairly encouraging is that when we have seen these big green candles, we did see an uptick in the volume, consolidation. While on this day it was red, it did pull back a little bit. Volume did increase a little bit, but during this consolidation, we saw that volume drop off. And then when we got this big green candle going up on the day over 30%, we got this massive surge in volume. And then following that big move to the upside, we have seen, a drop off in the volume and consolidation here above that uptrend. So I do think that's really good. Although one thing that might be a little bit concerning is that, while we did see this big green move, this big move to the upside, actually with this wick getting up to 29 cents, following that trading day, we did see a pretty big red candle day, coming down 18.43% on May 28th. So that is a big down move followed by consolidation. Quite possible that's a bear flag, but since we have been respecting this uptrend, I do think that we are at support. And I do think that we could be seeing another rally higher. Although with this big wick up, let's see how much percentage, going up from the close of that candle up to the top. That's like 45%. So we got a drawdown. Let's see, from that high, once we hit up there, that was a pullback of, let's see, about 30, almost 32%. So pretty notable. And so I think that's going to be pretty hard to get back up to 29 cents. But as you can see, I do have other levels marked here that we might be testing as resistance, maybe breaking above them. Who knows? But yeah, so from those levels, one is the 618 at a price of 19.19 cents. That is just below the red line at 19.6 cents, which does go back in time corresponding to, the consolidation that we saw over here. Since there was consolidation above that level, it might be acting as resistance. There were buyers here that, wanted to sell at these wicks and they didn't. And now finally they might be thinking next time it gets to that level, I'm selling. And so the next time we do get there, maybe there will be some resistance. And actually, we have seen resistance at that level with these big wicks above it. So, there is something to that. And then that yellow line just above it is at 21.7 cents, corresponding with the lows here. So that little bit of consolidation before the big move up there, and also being above the consolidation here. That I could see if we do break above 21.70, maybe we pull back to that level and it acts as support. I could see that, especially with the 50% level being just below it at 21.06 cents. So something to consider there. But something else to consider is also this 7/8 level, which is at 16.53 cents. We are currently trading below it. And actually, if we look at the low from the day, that was 15.30 in the after hours, or after the after hours trading has closed. We're just a fraction of a penny above the low of the day, which is right around the base of that uptrend. So, I think it's important to note that we got a close higher than that uptrend, but we did hit a low right around that uptrend. So if we see a close lower than Monday's low, which was 15.3 cents, that could be suggesting that this trend line support is beginning to break, and maybe we see a pullback to retest this downtrend, and that could coincide with the bottom here at 12 cents. So if we do drop to that downtrend, there is this confluence here. I do think 12 cents would be pretty notable support, but it would suck to have to endure that kind of drop from the current price after the after hours trading has closed. That's a drop of over 20%. But if we do break higher, like to the 618 or that red line there, that's a move of 27.75%, almost 30%, getting up to that yellow line, over 40%. So I think there's a lot of upside to this, a lot of potential, but I also think there is a lot of risk considering it is a penny stock, could be breaking lower, but as long as it holds this uptrend, I think we might be seeing 21.70. So that's what I'm thinking, but those are just my thoughts. If you found them helpful, make sure you like the video, share your thoughts in the comments down below, and subscribe to the channel for more videos like this. Thanks a lot for watching.